to 100 people and 100 people reject you, it's not you're reaching out to the wrong 100 people. You're doing something wrong. Like, you need to analyze what you're doing wrong and, like, fix it.
Welcome to Uncharted, the Young Professionals podcast. I'm Chris.
And I'm Tyler.
And you're watching episode 2, Wins and Losses. So Tyler, can you take me through some of your more recent wins and some of your recent losses that you've probably gotten the most healthy feedback from?
Photography is a lot of losses for very few wins. So I can go out and shoot 1,000 pictures. I can get usually 2-3 shots that are like absolutely like 100% favorite shots. I can get probably 10 to 15 that I like, maybe need a little tweaking, but still good.
Yeah.
So from that, it's a lot of trial and error for me, at least in my industry. So it's a lot of doing a shot, seeing how it comes out, looking at it, going back, fixing settings, going back, shooting it again. So it's a lot of repetition. For me, those 2-3 little wins from a whole shoot are probably like my favorite like rush.
Do you feel like you learn a valuable lesson every shot you miss and then you find another one right after that?
I do. I think you have to take the lessons you learned from those missed shots and then apply them in the future. And then from there you can kind of move on and like advance yourself. Like, you can take all these little wins and then you can make them into one big win if you do it right. Like, there are some things you can't lose. Like, you can't lose a whole semester or you can't lose a whole year. Because I mean, it's a mindset thing. Like, if you lose constantly, you need to find those little wins. Like, if you do good on one paper or one homework assignment, that's a good thing. Like, take that and like run with it. Like, make it go. Like, go as long as you can with that high from it until you start going back down, and then you shoot back up.
I feel that. Definitely in a business aspect, I feel like you have to be even keel. You have to understand your wins and your losses. Your losses are going to benefit you in the long run, maybe even more than the win does, because you'll have something to work off of and then be even better after the loss. See what I mean? Like, say you lose a big account, find the next one. Then you do well in the next one. If you...
What did you do wrong to lose the first account?
Exactly.
And then find a way to weave it in with what you're doing with your other accounts, and then run with it. Like, don't fumble it up over and over and over again. Like, if you reach out to 100 people and 100 people reject you, it's not you're reaching out to the wrong 100 people. You're doing something wrong. Like, you need to analyze what you're doing wrong and like fix it. Like, a lot of people want to blame other things. Like, people like to be miserable. Like, you need to find some way to make yourself happy. Like, you need to find those little happy things, and then again, you have to run with them. Like, you have to like make them happy.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. My wins, I try to not let them get to my head too much, because I know myself. I know how I act. My head will get
Some
big.
people are like that.
Yeah, exactly. So you just gotta take everything with like a grain of salt to an extent. You have to be humble, like when it comes to wins, and you have to also be humble when it comes to losses, because they're gonna both gonna come at you.
Exactly.
It's a double-edged sword.
Like, don't brag so much that you're gonna brag, and then when you lose, people are like, "Ha, you lost." Like, take that humble brag. Like, yeah, we won, but like still be respectful for the people who lost, because they're gonna take something away from that. You don't want to talk to your professor differently than you talk to like one of the students. Like, it's that whole consistency thing. So if you're talking to the CEO of the company, you want to talk to them the same way you talk to one of the janitors. You just want to keep like that constant vibe, because then people get used to it and then people get comfortable. Like, if you talk to everyone the same, you don't even have to like think about like talking to someone differently. Like, and then it also helps your mindset too. Like, you just feel comfortable. Like, if you talk to someone you haven't talked to in like 2 to 3 years, like, would they be proud of you? Like,
yeah, they would be. They definitely would be. I feel like the progression I've made from where I was in high school to like where I was freshman year, and like now, upon graduating from college, it's just a ladder of different steps I've taken and different avenues I've gone on. And I'd say they'd be proud of me. I've done a lot to make myself better. I've put in time and effort to obtain all the leadership positions I have, to have different options at coming out of college. I mean, everything I've done is for a reason.
I've definitely fumbled some relationships, like, but it's part of like the learning process. Like when I came here, I came from small town. I mean, it's still a small town vibe here, but there's definitely a lot more people here. But like, definitely when I first came here, I definitely wanted to change myself from what I was in high school. So I thought I had to change who I was, and sometimes like I would like say stuff like I'm like, wow, did I really just say that? But I'm like, all right, just gotta roll with it. So like, definitely fumbled some relationships, but like, I think like 2 months in, I realized I'm like, you just go back to the way you were. Like it's a new start. Like it was such a fresh start here. Like
Exactly.
no one knew who I was back then. Like only I knew who I was. So like, it was super easy just to go like, people didn't know. I mean, people didn't know who I was. So like, it was super easy to kind of pop myself back into like who I was before. So like, I was back in my comfort zone, and then it just went up from there.
Exactly. I feel like the intricacy about college is you can be whoever you want to be. You come in here, and we're all from different demographics and different backgrounds, and it's just so beautiful how we all mesh, and we're going here for 4 years and just making the most of it and becoming, we're a cohesive family. We're a tight knit family, I'd say.
Yeah, we're a pretty tight knit campus. Like I can walk through campus and comfortably say like hi to like a lot of people just walking to class, just because like, yeah, we're what, like 4,500 people.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's big enough that I can walk into the dining hall, not recognize anyone in it. But like, it's small enough I can still walk to class and bump to a lot of people, like bump into professors and like have like chill conversations with them, like
Little
wins.
nuances.
Yeah,
Those
those little wins, little losses, they all kind of add up and make you who you are.
Yeah, they do. And that's our episode. Episode 2, Wins and Losses. Thanks for watching, guys.